Do most people who have nystagmus, I guess nystagmus in albinism, have null zones, or is it variable?
Yes, they do. They do, because most people with nystagmus, because of albinism, have a particular type of nystagmus. Without getting too boring, there's lots of acronyms of different types of nystagmus in terms of what they do in different directions, what happens when you cover one eye, all that kind of stuff. But the type that people with albinism have is very strongly associated with null zones. So I'd say most do. Sometimes you're lucky and that null zone is in the middle, in which case you'd almost consider yourself as not having a null zone because you probably wouldn't have a head posture. But usually those people actually still do have a null zone. They've just lucked out because it's more central. So yeah, absolutely.
What's the name of what, if anybody's interested, what type of nystagmus do people with albinism usually have?
So on the whole, it's a thing called infantile nystagmus syndrome, which again just sounds like medical speak for, yeah, we knew that. Why have you just put those three words together? But that's actually a classification of nystagmus. A lot of what we follow these days is called the CMAS classification, CEMAS. And INS, infantile nystagmus syndrome, is a particular type within that. It doesn't, in and of itself, if you have that type of nystagmus with all those features, it doesn't actually tell you what the underlying cause is, but it makes a separate neurological cause far less likely. So if you have MS and you suddenly develop nystagmus when you're 30, 40, 50, you'd have a very different looking nystagmus. So that's the point of trying to classify these things. The only complication there is that people with albinism quite often also have a degree of what we used to call manifest latent nystagmus. It's now called fusion development nystagmus syndrome. So again, I'm just throwing lots of words at you here. But that's the sort of nystagmus that people get when you have a squint or a strabismus. Is that really
when you cover your eye? Because if you cover one of my eyes, my other eye goes crazy. Is that what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's actually probably one of the most common forms of nystagmus, and we see it in kids with squint for any reason. So it's actually really common. Sometimes you have no nystagmus until you cover one eye and it just comes on. But more often you have kind of much more subtle nystagmus, but it just gets dramatically worse when you cover one eye. So people with albinism usually have INS, but they often have a bit of that type as well, just to make it more complicated.
That's my party trick.
Is it?
Yeah, I like doing that to people. Like, I mean, I did. It was pointed out to me. I don't know how it was pointed out to me. I didn't know I did it, but yeah, I like be like, I'll do this, and I'm like, watch this, and then I don't know. It takes a few seconds, and then it just goes all over the place.
Yeah, it goes wild. Oh, amazing! Wow, must go to a party together sometime. You can show me.
Live the life I do.
If you've got anything else you want us to discuss or any burning questions you want us to answer, then please put it in the comments below.
And if you could press some of those buttons at the bottom, the heart ones, the thumb ones, whatever they are, apparently that's good to get people to see these videos. So please do that.